Good morning and welcome back. Getting in the bee suit this morning. We've got a bit of an adventure to do. We're going to be moving the beehives, and we know that's not ideal, but we've had a couple of issues with the bees getting a little bit grumpy with us, and because that's where our garden is down there, we've both been stung, and a couple of weeks ago I really severely got chased, and they scare me a little bit. So like lots of things, you live and learn, and where we put them originally is not where we want them to be. So we're going to move them, and we did move them a long way from our previous place, so and they did okay. So last night at night, Millie's barking at the ducks. Dear. We've had these ducks for a long time. She doesn't bark at the chickens, but she barks at the ducks. Let me let her out so that she wants to come visit them. Here you come. So yeah, we moved these bees when we moved here, and last night, Robert, we had to wait because it was quite a warm night, but we had to wait till they all went back inside so that we could lock up the little gap that they come out of. And so now they're in the hive, and most of them went in. Some of them were still on the outside, but not a lot. So now we're suiting up because I don't trust them. And we are going to see how we go at moving them. So the plan is to somehow get them onto the side by side. I don't know how we're going to do this. There's a few still out there and a few buzzing around, but majority of them are inside. Alright, bees are on board. We just actually lifted them up and that wasn't too bad at all. Back of the home paddock, and we're going to have to fence them off when they
You come to say hello. Yeah, we're
so
down
the new
here.
hive is now at the back of the pig pen. I hope that's not going to be an issue for the piggies though.
No, it'll be fine.
So we've got some pallets, and we'll be able to just fence this off when any of the animals are in here. They're buzzing around. One of the hives is definitely not as active as the other hive. So we'll see how this goes. We'll get them off. All right. That wasn't too bad. They were pretty light to transport, weren't they?
They're not overly heavy. So time to release them.
Release the bees.
Oh, they're off.
Good morning, bees. You home? They're going to be a long way from the garden now, which will make it much easier to go and visit. And in the afternoon this gets a bit of shade, doesn't it, Dale?
It does, yeah.
Because where they were...
It was full sun.
Yeah. So this should be actually a better spot for them, shouldn't it?
Should be, yeah. And eventually we'll build a, a nicer fence around it and make it a bit more permanent. But this, at least this is out of the road from our day-to-day pathways.
Oh, phone call. So here they are. They're at the back of the pig pen, and the little boys are in here down the back. We've done a fair bit with the boys this week, so we'll pop that up and show you. We've got them in their first big break. And they don't often come right down the back here, but because we're here, they're getting very friendly. But still, don't trust them because they might nip you, but they are very friendly. And they're so cute. But they've got lots of grass. You can see where they've started to get into the grass, and they love the roots of the kikuyu.
Oh no, that's Tom. I get them mixed up still.
Tom, Dick and Harry.
But they've become very friendly this week.
So we'll pop up the videos that we've done. So big success. Bees moved. Yay, that was the first thing on the agenda this morning.
So even with locking the bees in last night, there was still quite a few outside of the hive, and it was about 8:30, 9:45 when I went down and closed the hive. And you can still see quite a few foragers flying around, travelling in all around the place. So I watched a YouTube on moving beehives, and someone suggested to capture the ones that didn't go in, to put another hive down, and they'll enter and not go out because they won't have received any instructions on what to do. So, and then take the hive down and put it with the other hive. So it seems to be working.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah, there seems to be.
There's lots of bees flying around.
Road, but yeah, there seems to be a lot of bees there. So it is not safe to be down here without your suit. So hopefully that will collect them all. Yeah, that's amazing how many didn't go in last night.
It is, yeah.
Considering it was dark.
And it was coolish. It wasn't a very hot night, so it's quite a strong hive, that the big hive. The little one, most of the bees went in.
Yeah.
But the big hive, there must have been quite a few foragers out still.
Unless I wonder if they come back to this area.
They will. We'll have to do this for over a couple of days, and then take them down. Another video suggested that we put a like a board up in front of the takeoff position on the hive, so that the foragers have to do another reconnaissance, like work out where they are. So because they get used to going in and out and just taking off, and they know exactly where to come back to. But now we've mucked that up.
Clever bees. Yes.
Yep, bee
I wouldn't be standing
them.
there with no suit, darling.
But there's quite a few flying. There's heaps and heaps of them flying around. So
you can hear them.
I'm quite amazed at how many were still out.
Yeah. Robert's starting to sort the fence out to let the pigs out into the bigger area, because
they already are.
They've been getting out
through
the holes in the fence, and we've put them back and they're getting back out, so it's time to put them out. And they're enjoying the grass, and they're coming up and following us now, so I don't think they'll escape. Well, hopefully not.
Well, if they do, they'll come back easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like lots of animals, they come back to food.
Yeah.
But Robert's just whippersnipped or brush cut a line down there to put the fence, and they're walking down the line. If you didn't know it, pigs actually like eating grass. Look at them, munching grass. So you can easily pasture raise pigs and try and cut down on the purchase feed, which is what we're trying to do. They get a big zucchini a day. But now they've moved into the grass area, they actually just love it. And they dig up the roots of the kikuyu. You hear them munching? Yes, yes, yes. No nipping, no nipping. Had a couple of little nips. Sure they don't mean to. They're so cute. So Robert's setting up the fence to keep the piggies in, because they actually could get out under there. And they're so inquisitive. They've been following him around. And they're just watching what he's doing. But this line down here is hot, so it's not on at the moment. But do get a few squeals, but we're putting a fence across there so that they can't get out there. Oh, it's just started to pour with rain.
More rain.
Look at them watching. They'll be scared of that wire there. Ooh.
So the pigs, as Tony has probably explained, are now in their first break in the paddock, which I've set up, divided up with an electric fence. So we've just got a single wire and we'll see how they go in there. But so nice to see them now out of their training pen, which they were trained up on electrics in there, and I'll sew that down. And although I'll wait until I've got them in their pig shelter, which is down there, which I've got to make up some gates and a pen up there for. Their water's still in the original pen, but it's lovely seeing pigs out on the paddock, eating grass, rooting in the ground, eating bugs. What better pork will that produce? But they're having a ball. I've just spent the last couple of hours putting up a portable electric fence that runs up to subdivide this back part of the farm off. I'm not sure exactly how big this paddock is. I think it's about 10 hectares, maybe a bit less, 9 hectares. And the animals have had the top part of this paddock where you can see them. They know something's up and they're going to get a fresh break. They're used to strip grazing, although we didn't do a lot over the dry season. I just gave them the whole paddocks because there was very little to give them. But now we've got lots of feed, and I can understand why people just leave open paddocks, because there's a fair bit of work subdividing all the blocks up. But they're looking forward to coming into a fresh break, and as you can see, there's lots of forbs there for them to get through. I've been slashing the paddock after they've gone through each break. I'm not 100% sure whether or not it's the best practice, but it certainly knocks all the grass down and puts compost in the soil, which we need a bit more topsoil built up, which will happen over time, and we'll see how it goes. But I might experiment on this back part and just do slash one break after they've finished with it and then leave the next break. But I might get another, 3 weeks, 4 weeks out of this back paddock. I'll just see how they go and how long the feed holds out for. But they're certainly looking for a break. They sort of tell you when they're ready. I'm just set up water for them, and I've got a trailer there with a full tote and a quarter of a trailer in the paddock that's divided in half for them to use. And as I get further down, then I can use the bore water. I won't need the tote. So I'll let them in and see how they go. That's all the animals moved in for the night, so they'll be happy in this break. The sheep are certainly running around not knowing where to go with all this feed in front of them. So I don't know how long I'll get out of this, maybe 3 days. I'll just see. I'll play it by ear and judge by the noise they make and what they've done to the grass. Look at them, they're running around. They're happy.
The seasons are quite bizarre at the moment. Look at these three. They're molting. And that normally happens in autumn, I was of the understanding. But we're getting a few less eggs in the caravan every couple of days, so they don't think it's summer. And it must be due to all the the rain and the cooler temperatures. Got some warmer temperatures coming in the next week, but this is ragamuffins. I'll end this video here for this week. Just got my new lawnmower out, which is pretty exciting because it's a lawnmower that I can actually start. But look, I mowed the lawn last week, and with all the rain, the grass is just jumping out of the ground. And what I've been using is the grass clippings as a mulch on the garden, as long as I don't run over too many seed heads. It's actually a pretty good mulch. So I'm going to get this mower going, get a few catcher loads, and we'll see you back on the farm next week. Hope you had a good week.